This is number one of a series of instructional videos on how to sweat and repair copper pipe from the Whitetrash plumber. First thing you need to do is clean your copper. Now, you need to be familiar with copper before you even attempt to do something like this in the first place. So if you don't know what copper is, you might want to read something and learn about copper before you go to sweating copper. We get a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, people asking how to do stuff themselves. So I'm going to show you how to do it yourself if you want to. It's going to cost you a little bit of money up front. You're going to spend at least $50 on a plumbing torch like this. I recommend you go with MAP gas because it burns a lot hotter. You just have to be careful with it. Propane doesn't burn as hot, but you can use that as well. You need sandpaper. You can buy sandpaper at any supply house or Ace Hardware. I mean, if you had to, you could use sandpaper for wood, but this is plumbing cloth. And there's two different types. There's this type, and there's a type that has a grid that's just fine too. So you can use that, or you can use this little tool that will clean it, the outside and the inside of the pipe. Well, if you want to clean the inside of the pipe. I've seen a lot of people do that. I have no idea why, but because it serves no purpose. So what you need to do is get your materials together. Make sure you get your solder, get your flux. If you're repairing a line that has water in it, you need to cut the line off at the road. You need to drain everything down. Everything. Open up all your faucets, all the valves, drain everything down. Before you cut your copper pipe that you're fixing to repair, a smart move that'll save you a lot of headache is to go ahead and take your sanding cloth and sand really well within a couple of inches of where you're going to do your repair. That way when you cut it, you're not playing with a pipe that's dangling in the air. So with that being said, go ahead and sand that part down really good and make your cut wherever you have your problem, or if you're trying to add something, maybe you're trying to add an exterior hose bib or something like that. We get a lot of calls from people that have started to do an exterior hose bib and get lost in the process. We have to come out saving. So maybe this will help you if you have that problem too. So anyway, go ahead and clean all your parts up really well. Take your tool, which I like to use these tools. They wear out pretty quick, but they're fine, especially for a homeowner and a professional as well. So I use the big parts to clean even the small parts. That's just because I'm hard-headed. I never play by the rules. That's why I'm Whitetrash plumber. So anyway, clean all your fittings out really good. Cleanliness is next to godliness in plumbing. I will assure you, you will have a lot more luck with whatever you're trying to do if your fittings are ultra clear. That's the most important part of fitting any kind of material together when you're soldering it. Anyway. So you don't have to clean the outside of the fitting. The fitting you want to clean the inside of very well. The whole socket. I'm going to get my camera girl to zoom in on this fitting to where you can see the inside here, how you want that nice and clean from the sandpaper. Can you see that there? So anyway, you get your fitting really clean. What I'm going to do, I had some soft copper laying around. Makes it easier, that way I don't burn my old Whitetrash house down that I live in over here. Get everything cleaned up good. We're going to take and solder this 3/4 soft copper. We're going to solder a 3/4 to a 1/2 inch reducing teeth on there as such. So, I gotta clean that. It's the simplest process. And it's amazing how many people just think this is so hard to do, man. This is not. It's very easy to do. Just gotta follow the rules, man. No water. Keep those fittings clean and heat. Gotta get heat to it. Now, if you were doing this at your house, of course you're going to be, or anybody else's house, or family members or whatever, you're going to need a set of cutters to do the cut. Now, I recommend Rigid. Rigid makes the best tools. Well, Rigid makes the best cutting tools, period, for plumbing. And you definitely want to spend $35, $40 to get you a good set of plumbing cutters. And you know, they serve two purposes. That not only do they cut the pipe, but they also ream the pipe. On the back of it, you've got this little thing that kicks out. You take that after you make a cut on the pipe, and you ream the pipe out. So if you can get a shot of me reaming this, I'll show somebody what it looks like to ream. You see that reams that out, and it cleans the inside of the pipe. You know, and the reason you do that is so you don't restrict the flow of the liquid through that pipe. So, anyway, we got our pipe clean. I'll go back. I try to be as thorough as I can when I do any kind of copper sweating on the cleaning. I can't stress that enough. I mean, you're going to need a rag. I'm a plumber. We don't use rags, man. Well, at least I don't. Because I'm the white trash plumber. So I clean my fittings up real